Hi, it's Tom from Leicester Fan TV. What did you think of the game? Now it's my turn.
Hi, Tom from Leicester Fan TV here. Just got back from the game and thought I'd jump straight on and do my review and get it out tonight while it's fresh in my mind. I'm open and honest, and you see, I'm smiling. I'm so happy that we've won a game of football. Over the moon. First win of the season, first win back in the Premier League. A massive, massive, massive win. Really massive, huge. Could be huge going into the next three games. I'll do what I always do. I'll be open and honest. I'm not going to sit here and not say there was problems throughout the game and that it's a sticky plaster being put over. The 1-0 win was a sticky plaster putting over the performance, because there's definitely things to talk about. Obviously, as always, drop your likes, your comments, reviews. I'll come back to you as always on the channel and, on the comments and reply with my thoughts, whatever you want to say about it. Well, let's go through the game. Obviously, two news come out, changes in there. Obviously, the back line has stayed the same. Mads, Justin, Faz, Ockley, and Christensen. Obviously, then there was a change in the middle of the park. What was the big one? The one change what had happened, and Winks had obviously dropped to the bench, and Diddy and Skip were the two midfield generals in the middle of the park. Benotti obviously playing sort of on the right a bit, but he was all over the place today. Obviously, Jordan Ayew and Vardy up top, and Mavididi on the left. And it sort of looked like after the first few minutes, we're setting up matches of a 4-4-2 in some ways. And Ayew was going to run in between the lines, trying to basically stop Bournemouth going through the middle of the park. That was basically what we're trying to seem to be doing. The first 5-10 minutes, it was very risky. And there was a few times we seemed to get caught out. And Bournemouth we had a lot of defending. Wout Faes obviously was amazing today. Blocked a hell of a lot of shots. And Mads pulled off a couple of great saves as well in that first few minutes. And then we started to twist it and we started to change it up a little bit. And we thought we've got to come out here and we've got to push on. Bonotti, wow, what can I say about the kid? Once again, he had a superb first half. After the first 10 minutes, it was Leicester then up to half time. He really turned the game on its head. The ones creating the chances, the one causing Bournemouth problems. They didn't know how to cope with it for some reason. Obviously, Bonotti had the first chance. I think he nicks off his man, nutmegs one, and there's a shot on goal. Bournemouth goalkeeper obviously saves it well. And then the brilliance from Bonotti starts, and JJ once again, who's on a fine run of goal and assist at the moment. Ball down line, little 1-2 between Bonotti and JJ. Lovely ball back from JJ to get it into, and the weight of the path is phenomenal. He hits it on the right balance, ball over the top, as you say, the little one round the corner outside of his foot. And then Bonotti does all the hard work. He runs at his man, and his bloke is running backwards, and he's panicking, and he doesn't know what to do. And he turns him inside out before smashing the ball into the goal and running off and sliding a knee in and showing his name, Bonotti. It was a great finish. It was a well-worked goal from Leicester. Leicester then continued in that rich vein. They started to push on forward and they started to create chances, balls in behind and Diddy overlapping. Ayew causing all sorts of problems to the Bournemouth backline with his winning fouls for fun today. Obviously had a 3 or 4 good free kicks into the box, headers wide and things we tried. And then the moment I think all Leicester fans were thinking, game, set and match. Bonotti skins his man, runs towards hard defence, lays the ball into Vardy one into the goal. One-on-one, he just, behind the cop, we're all expecting it. The next he'd go into bulge. And then he somehow managed to kick the floor and scuffs his shot wide. And I don't think anybody could believe that Jamie Vardy had managed to miss the goal from that position. Not one. No one. I still can believe at half time that he managed to miss the goal. This is Jamie Vardy. I'm expecting the neck to smash and him to run off and celebrate with it all. But it wasn't. Half time, I think everyone around us was, it was a first 5-10 minutes shaky, but I think you'd give it was probably the best half of football, or definitely at home this season we'd played. We were passing the ball well, we were moving, we were causing problems to the Bournemouth all over the park, and we sort of nullified Bournemouth. And then you're right, second half, do the same again, and we'll see this came out comfortably. But no, we didn't see it out comfortably. And this is where I'll do my honest review. And the second half performance is absolutely drosh. It isn't. It was absolutely embarrassing again. And you have to ask the questions why. Bournemouth, half time, make a substitution. They bring on a very attacking, threatening winger to go up against James Justin and causing problems. And for the next 20 minutes to 25 minutes, it was all Bournemouth. Faced the whole of the second half with Bournemouth. But that first 20, 25 minutes, it was scary. We were under the cosh. We were trying to play out from the back and getting it wrong. And all you could see was Vardy and I saying, get the ball forward quicker. Stop with this passing out. We're causing ourselves problems. The first chance obviously comes from a free kick whipped into the box, header by the Bournemouth centre half, who smashes it against the post and goes out for a goal kick. And you're thinking, there's the first chance. There's the first, right, boys, switch on now. That was like 55 minutes, I think. Then we start to try again, play out from the back. And every time we're passing it forward, we're going backwards again. And then it goes to Hamad's. And then Ockley clears one straight to their midfielder, who lays in the striker. And Mads pulls off a good save at his post. We then give the ball away to Ryan Christian. We all know Ryan Christian, their Jay, can curl them. He curls one. Luckily, again, Mads saves it, pushes it wide for a corner. The pressure was building and building and building. Obviously, then they have the goal disallowed, rightly so. They've whipped it in, and Cook whips it in, it goes in. But obviously, their striker goes for it, who's in an offside position. At that point, there was an interesting moment in the game. And every Leicester fan could see this whole thing happening, that poor James Justin, was getting left 2-on-1 and one-on-ones all the time down that side. No one was helping out with the overlapping run. It was scary to see that it was happening. And the manager wasn't changing anything. He takes off Vardy and he brings on Edwards. But it left the same problem. They bring on 3 more fresh legs, and the problem gets worse because our midfield is tiring. We're getting pushed backwards and backwards. And we're not changing it. To a point where Wout Faz, and I've seen this, I would love to know anyone else seen this. Wout Faz is shouting and pointing towards Cooper and pointing at the right back position, saying, change something, do something. This is our centre half. He shouldn't be telling the manager what to do, but he is. And the crowd can see where the issue is, that we're getting absolutely dominated down our right back, their left-hand side. But he doesn't change anything. He eventually does change it, and 30,000 Leicester fans all cheer that he's finally made a sub. But again, it was too late. And it isn't being negative. This is constructive criticism towards Leicester as a team and as a management team. If you want to win football games, you've got to be able to see where the problems are and change it sooner. You can't just think, we'll sit back, we'll try and defend. And I know Cooper's come out. I've seen Cooper's interview saying, well, it wasn't our game plan to sit back. No, I don't expect it was your game plan to sit back. But you have to be able to see in a game when the momentum has shifted that much from the first half because they made one change on that left-hand side, Jada, our right-back side, that was causing all havoc. You have to be able to see as a manager, this isn't working. You also have to be able to get onto the pitch. Stop playing out from the back as much. Stop so many passes around the back line because we're going to get caught out in a minute. Then the pressure was growing and growing. They then had another chance, I think, where they headed across the crossbar. And then that was after the change. And obviously the change then come. They change it. They bring Abdul on. They bring Bobby Reed on, obviously trying to say Mavdidi was tired again. Banotti wasn't the obvious change, and he had to come off. He wasn't doing. There was no influence in the second half from Banotti. His game was run about 60-odd minutes because we can't get the ball to him. When we did get the ball to him, there was no one else for him to play little 1-2s because we were that deep. Obviously, I think they hit the crossbar in the last few minutes. The referee obviously then plays a load of injury time, and you see him once again saying this ain't going to be our day. But it was. And luckily we won. And it was a massive positive because that has got to be a massive bonus that in a game that we sort of dominated the half an hour in the first half, and then the second half has managed to hang on to, because there was no really goal threat second half. There was a couple of occasions where we got forward, but they managed to defend well enough Bournemouth to break the attacks up quickly, and then it was us defending again. And obviously, massive performance. We've seen it out, and we've got our first win back in the Premier League. But I'm also slightly concerned But once again, the fans and a centre half could see where the biggest problems were that second half. But still, Cooper didn't want to make the changes. I don't get that. He needs to be proactive. You can see we're getting battered. You can see the momentum and the shift has changed in the game. But we don't make changes, and we're just bringing Bournemouth and more pressure until they scored. And then luckily he was offside. God forbid if that goal had accounted, because I don't know if Leicester would have been able to cope another 20 odd minutes after that goal, 15 minutes before the final whistle. Luckily the goal didn't count and we've seen out a win. And I'm saying I'm happy. Like I've said before, there's a lot of people who've sort of said you're negative. You want to see Cooper lose. You want Leicester to lose for Cooper out. I want Cooper to do well at my football club, because Cooper's doing well. We're winning games of football. We've done it today. But it papers over the cracks for me today. It's a plaster over the wounds of another 45 minutes of performance that hasn't been good enough. We were lucky. I'm saying that now. We were lucky to win that game in the end. We were lucky that Bournemouth missed chances. We were lucky VAR was on our side today, what makes a change. And we were lucky that they hit the crossbar right in the last minute when he should have scored. But we've won. And that is a positive to take. And Cooper needs to take that positive. But going into the international break, what do I want to see Cooper do? I think Cooper needs to sit back as a manager and realise that when we're up against the cosh, tell the players to stop passing out from the back all the time and go a little bit more direct towards Edouard or Vardy, into Benotte, into Mavadidi, looking behind quicker. I want to see Cooper understand that when we're up against it, because the team's made a change and been positive at half time, give it 10 minutes and see what's happened. And if it has happened, and it's not, it's causing us that much headaches like it did the second half, have the guts to change something. Have the guts to bring off an attacking player and bring someone on who's going to do the job on the right-hand side. Because as much as Benotte was great today going forward, defensively, JJ was exposed the second half a lot. You've got to see that and react to it as a manager, in my view. I'm not sitting here as a Premiership manager knowing that. But when you see fans are all saying the same things around you, surely that's a massive concern that we've got a manager who doesn't react quick enough. And the subs, once again, were too late in the game. Difference is we've won today. We haven't lost like against Palace, and we haven't lost like we did against Arsenal last week, changing things in 98th minute, trying to win it back in the game. But surely at 60 minutes today, when you can see after 15 minutes after half time, maybe a little longer, that things were completely, the momentum to change. I want to see Cooper change something. I want him to have the guts to think, I need to change something here. This isn't working. They've changed things. They brought in more players quicker. They freshened it up. You aren't going to be able to win games like this every single week, and you're not going to have that luck every single week at 1-0 to hold games out. We will get punished against other teams. Like I say, positive we won. Going to the international break was great to get that win before the international break, our second one of the season. But lots to work on in the international break with the players that are there. A lot from Cooper and his back row team to work out how they win football matches as well, as in you ain't going to win games like we've done every week by holding out for 45 minutes. Like we say, played 7 games now, and out of the 7 games, what are we saying? 6 of those games, we've had poor 45-minute performances where teams have dominated us and other teams have beaten us, other teams have come back. Luckily today we saw the result out. Drop your comments in. What did you think of the second half performance? Am I wrong about questioning Cooper's decision making when the teams are having a go at us again? What do you change going into Southampton away? Massive game. Obviously lost again today. And like I say, I'll come back on your comments. But once and always, keep a Leicester Fan TV. Enjoy your Saturday night. Enjoy watching Match of the Day. I'll see you all soon. Good night.
The Leicester City machine is on the march again.
Leicester Fan TV presents a variety of content like fan discussions, match analysis, and engaging with Leicester fans worldwide. We want your views live, thanks to our sponsors, Everard's, Pucker Pies, Hologram, Take Me, Newbie & Co, and the Fox's Arms. For exclusive extra shows, behind the scenes, competitions and podcasts, subscribe to Leicester Fan TV today on Patreon.